Okay, so I see people doing this all the time for other games, and my boy Antelar hooked me up, the owner of Pridewin, to a Japanese tier list site, and I'm like, why not review it? Let's see how the Japanese think about it, because obviously I also play on the Korean version, so I am like the most disconnected from the Japanese player base out of all of them, I would say. I mean, obviously meta on JP and KR from what I've seen is very different. I think overall though, many more people do play on the Japanese version from what I've been seeing. They do make more money and it does make sense. So we're just gonna get into it. Now, we gotta just check some stuff, some things of how it looks. So it seems like the new characters, they don't fully have ranked, right? And the things, I'll just go down here. So the criteria, first of all, is the versatility regardless of manual or auto. Then afterwards, it's that the characters are like how good they are in PvP battles, and then the unique performance. So like I'm guessing solo performance without like max, how can I say this, max potential like with other stuff. Now it seems like there's, okay, so it's just like a database type of thing is what I'm understanding. Okay, so we could stay in here, we'll translate this again, and we're just gonna get started. So they seem to have S, A, B, and C. Now the thing is, I feel like you could easily separate either like A into 2 or S into 2, have like SS and S, and move some of the A's into S and then S into SS. I think soon I gotta start doing that too, making SSS, SS, and S, because sometimes there's some characters that are like, for S, like I feel like I have to separate the S tier into 2. So I'll see how that works. But anyway, let's start translating. Let's just look at this tier list right now. This is for the whole, why is it not translating? Hello? Okay, I'm gonna refresh the page. Don't know what's going on. But of course, this is not just PvP, so it's PvE and PvP. So we gotta keep that in mind. I do think that, let's look at it. Now, we've got Jack in S. Now, if we're putting it, I don't think he's on the same tier as the other 4, right? Asta in PvE, if we're looking at it, is really good to just kill 2 people at least turn 1. Has really high speed, right? Gonna do a lot of damage. Has pretty high defense from what I remember. I'm pretty sure. Then Lotus obviously being just like increasing damage, slowing, AoE, right? Good in PvP and PvE. Then Noella and Julius just like the gods of the game, right? So to me that makes sense, but I feel like Jack should be an A considering this list, right? I don't think S is where he should be. I don't know about that one, right? Because S, like for PvE, the thing is with PvE, like unless it's that one, like he might be good against Heath, floor 85, but except for that, like his stuns are pretty useful. It's just that his buffs for the additional attacks resets every turn. So for him, being an S, I don't know. Now, if we count PvP, I'd still say he's an A unit. I don't think, like some of these DPSs need to move down to B, and he needs to move to S, or to A. Because he is very good for the stuns, right? He has stun on skill 1 if there's bleed, and you can apply bleed on skill 1, and the ultimate has a guaranteed stun. And his additional attacks could be good, but you gotta get 3 buffs, right? So I feel like he is definitely in A tier to me. And for auto especially, this guy is just, if you need to stun certain units, if they're counting this on automatic, he is not S tier. I don't think so anyway, to me. So yeah, to me, that's what I would move down to A. Now, A tier, let's see how this looks. Charlotte could easily move up. Now, what I realized, the total defense does seem to make it so that you cannot take crit hits from what I've seen. And she gives total defense. All damage received is counted as blocked, which means you cannot crit. Like, that is crazy to me. I've not been able, whenever someone has total defense up, either me or the enemy, they don't seem to crit. So that's like kind of what I'm guessing is that you just can't crit if you have the total defense up. She has counter, she has all attack increase, she gives the fortify, which is very good with her high speed. She could also silence all skill 2s, which could definitely stop Julius. Overall, man, she is like an S tier unit. Everything about her is good. Charmy could stay there, sure. Asta, I think, could go down. Especially if they're gonna say Veto is maybe B rank. Definitely could go down if they're saying Asta is A, right? Either both of them or both, like, I feel like Veto's better than Asta, and if you're saying Asta, or if you're saying Veto's B, then he should also be B. Now, Kohono, because of Charmy, I would say definitely deserves B, but she's way better than these B units. So like that's the thing. I feel like you definitely need one more tier. But in this ranking, sure, if we're going within the settings of this tier list, sure. Kyoto also, what's his name? Yuno is also a very good unit, right? Like speed very high, which is good to if you with certain skill pages that like make him go crazy. Ghost 2. Now Raya, I've been not a big fan of Raya. I think alone from Lich, he's not crazy. His AoE, his ult damage is not as good as Kyoto's, just because Kyoto gets the guaranteed crit. And you really need to like put everything into him. But even at that, I feel like Kyoto, Julius, Asta are just better single target. And then without Lich, it's just not as good. Fauna, if we're saying for everything, sure. I mean, if we're, yeah, okay. Lich, for sure, immortality is great. Yami, I've seen a lot. He's been used a lot more, right? So that is nice. Now, Mars being an A tier, like if we're comparing all the other units, I think he could be an S tier, like within the settings of this tier list. So I'd say that Mars and like even Rhodas being this low is a bit weird. And obviously it's not like Charlotte's the best and Mimosa's the worst. It's just like they're all there. It's just seeing Mars next to all these other units is like, damn, I don't know. Same thing with Rhodas. He stops stuns, increases defense, huge barrier, right? Real, you can move Real down. I think Real stun, I don't really think I've lost because of it, unless I myself played stupid. It's very hard to lose against that. William to me makes sense, but I feel like Charlotte should definitely move up. Either move William or Charlotte up, depending on what you think's better, because it's like half for your tier list for like physical and magic attack units. Now Sally, I think that's fair. I think that's fair because like Sally has very high speed for a supporter. Like 108 is very good. She gives all attack, crit damage, crit rate, magic attack, and extends buffs. So yeah, definitely very good. Mimosa, she is crazy. Like I don't know what it is, but season 1 was definitely by far the best season for Black Clover. It's kind of crazy. Actually maybe season 4, huh? It's just the season 1 units are like they feel more impactful to the meta, where season 4 it's more like Charlotte is a very good support, but she doesn't like change anything, but she's just so good, right? And Jack, like you're only using him in attack, and Fuego, well, let's get into that. So B tier, Fuego and B tier, he deserves A. I think he deserves A. Like we could definitely split this tier ranking into 2. I really do believe so. Like that's like my one thing. It's just that not all these units are on the same tier, right? But they're not like wrong with saying like these units, if we're saying with 4 tiers are there. But just Fuego, I don't know, he seems definitely better than all these. But Yami definitely, Vero, you could put him in C tier and I'd be fine with that. Leopold, after his buff, I'm excited to see that, but I don't really have many comments on him. I don't know, but B tier seems okay. Charlotte, I think, is like high B tier. She could be definitely A tier though in this tier list. And then Nozel, well, I don't really, I haven't used him after the buff. Maybe he's better, but definitely B tier. Then these 3 do make sense. I'm happy that they see the light for Vanessa. She just sucks so much, right? Now, if we go to the new units, I want to see their reasonings for the like ones I disagree with too. That's another thing. So, Geldor, Guldri, I give up with his name. Anyway, they're saying he like is overall technically better. Supporter, he's better, but overall, he's the same as Vero. So he can strengthen your durability by applying a barrier to 2 people, including yourself, and giving strength to the whole person. Well, yeah, this is good, but the invincibility is kind of useless. Temporarily attack a zombie. I mean, sure, true. I just like, I don't know. I don't know. It's the invincibility is only 3 total turns. It's not 3 turns for the person. So like I keep on explaining it because I'm sure new people are watching every time. But like, let's say you attack twice with Julius, that's 2 turns off the invincibility, which kind of sucks. And the buff block I think is like useless. I don't think you should include this because you're either using the ult or this, and this is so much worse than this because you also get the damage reduction. I'd say these are his 2 main points. But overall, it's not crazy. I feel like he's definitely a B rank, and this should be A to B. Now, this should be, I would say, A and then A. Like, if you're going within this, I'd say definitely A makes a lot more self. The tank, like, he tanks really good, and you could do some type of damage, and he does have immortality. And it's true, the lower your HP, the more damage you do with skill 1, which is good with the immortality, so that you could stay low. And then, you know, he's just a really good tank, and they don't mention it, which is wild, but he taunts for 2 turns, AoE. So I feel like they need to mention that for sure. Now, beyond that, I kind of disagree with Jack, But let's kind of see. So they say like Gakuen and Fuegoleon, the season 4, the teachers. This basic skill order is skill 2, then special move. But since the special move gives a guaranteed stun, it can be used automatically. True, but most of the times you do want to use it automatically. And the unique buffs are not anything crazy in terms of increasing damage outright. Like I mean, like actual buffs. It's just that it doesn't do as much more as you would like it to, right? But of course, it does enough to where it's like it would be good. But of course, the additional attack is random, which is it does suck. So I'm just like kind of confused why he's in S tier. It's like, I mean, the stun's cool, but they don't really give any other reasons. The additional attacks don't really do too much. It's just his stun is really good. I just don't see like this. I don't see this. Like take Jack off, right? That's kind of like my belief in that. Now, if we go down, do they mention taunts here? Defender who can remove can also apply taunts, but since it is special move, tank use is limited. I'm not sure what that means. And you can also choose a taunt. Okay, I mean, sure, they mentioned the taunt here, but you have to mention it on Vettel too. I definitely think that's important. Now, I want to see for Raya, because, like, I feel like, is it just me that has, like, a scuffed opinion of him? Like, an attacker who can increase the number of moves with additional attacks after applying, it's not really more moves, it's just, like, it's not an extra turn, it's just an additional attack that does more damage, right? It's just, like, it's just a way for them to separate the damage done by, like, adding a restriction, I guess. Although buffs are mostly available for the other characters, it is relatively easy to meet the conditions if you organize supporters. Yeah, but why would you want to build it around Raya? Like, if we're comparing Raya to other DPSs, he's not A tier to me, right? That's just how I see it. Definitely, Lich is deserving. I say Yami too, right? Now, I want to see, do they have any bad things to say about him? Like, both Bond are excellent. Yeah, I mean, every single move of his is good, so I don't know. I feel like he could be higher. Now, I want to see why they say, oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. So, unsuitable for automatic use because of basic order of skill. Special move is used to apply burns. Okay, well, to be fair, he's only good in PvP, so I actually do understand that. Why is she so low if it's not just PvP? Because for PvE, this girl is a god. She could make someone attack like 10 times. So I feel like Charlotte should have been A tier in this tier list. Mars definitely should have been S tier if we're talking PvP, right? So yeah, actually that makes sense. And Raya definitely should be lower because you have to stack buffs for him to be really good. So yeah, certain changes for sure. Definitely Charlotte goes up. Fuego could stay there if it's everything, for sure. Charlotte goes up. Asta should go down. Vettel should be here, but Vettel they say like is probably gonna be B tier, but hopefully they give him the A tier ranking. Golduri should definitely be in B tier. I don't think he's anywhere near these guys. Raya definitely should go down. I'm a Raya hater. I don't know what it is, but I really am a Raya hater. But overall, I can say that this is a pretty good tier list. Just you can't say that like Fauna and like I don't know, Kiaro are on the same level, right, or something like that. Or Ril and Yuno are on the same level, stuff like that. You know, I don't really see it. There's certain like gaps, so I feel like definitely maybe changing that. But hey, I'm not gonna talk to them, the people who made this site. But overall, I gotta say, pretty good tier list. I'm not mad with it at all. It's just certain gripes, but obviously everyone's gonna have different rankings. But that's just how the game works, right? So that's basically it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.